Should I care about a skate park? I don't skateboard. What does it mean to me? And I've thought about this. And my answer to them would be, you should care about a skate park because it benefits the entire community. The overall wellness of our community, engagement, especially with youths and teenagers, social engagement, mental health, physical health, it really contributes a lot to our community. And I would also say that if you were fortunate enough to grow up in Pacific, playing baseball, playing soccer, getting to enjoy all of the sports that you might love, consider skateboarders, people who in Pacific have never really had a place to belong. That's part of what this skate park represents, a space where skateboarders and other participants in action sports can go and feel like they belong. It's a space where we can go to reflect on our lives, to remember our friend, to make new friends, to get exercise, to feel good. That's why everybody in the community, not just the people in this room, but that's why everybody should care about a skate park here in Pacific. And in that spirit of togetherness, I want to say that tonight is not an end-all, be-all. There's still a lot of work to be done. We still have to do a lot of fundraising. We still have to get ourselves ready to build this skate park. And I need to ask tonight for help, for more support, not just from the people in this room or the people watching at home, but from the entire community. Different social organizations, businesses, clubs, everybody. I'd like to see a whole community come together to support this project. And that's the kind of help that we really need. And that's what will make this skate park truly special, a place for everybody. With that, I'm happy to introduce to you the president and founder of the American Ramp Company. Probably the coolest job in the world, building skate parks all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, with us tonight, Mr. Nathan Bemo. Thank you.
Wow, that's a tough act to follow. I think actually everyone could just leave right now. Yeah, you need to be taking my job here. Very, very well done. Love the passion and everything that's going on here. So anyway, super excited to be here. I love being involved, in helping plan and design the skate park. And so the reason we're here is to get input from you guys on what you want to see specifically in the skate park. So yeah, I grew up as a skateboarder, so I can kind of, skateboarding saved my life. I could say that, like when I was growing up in high school, in college, like I wanted to skateboard more than anything. And so, a lot of my friends, they might be, messing around with drinking and drugs and whatever. Like I wanted to be an athlete. I wanted to, be involved with skateboarding and push it. And I knew that was actually going to affect it negatively, if I did that. So just my passion for skateboarding, it encouraged me to go to school and get my, business license. And I was like, man, I want to be involved in skateboarding somehow. And like, my first choice would be a professional skateboarder. That's always the first option, first choice, but that didn't quite pan out. So I was like, how do I, be involved? And I love skateboarding. When I moved to Joplin, when I graduated high school, there's no skate park. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to build one, So I built the skate park there, and that's kind of what I did through college. People would pay to ride, and I had a little skate shop, that sort of thing. And then when I graduated from college, people would come to the park and say, hey, could you, design us a park and help us out? And so it kind of started grassroots like that. Officially started American Ramp Company in '98, so 24 years ago. And man, what a blessing. Like we've been able to build over 4,000 skate parks in 45 countries. all 50 states, all Canadian territories and provinces. And so it's been a pretty, exciting ride. So super glad to be here, and from Missouri. So it's like, I'm not flying across the country or across the world. So I can be home tonight and sleep in my own bed. So that's pretty awesome. So I really like to do these just, really informal. We have a survey that's up that already 50 people have already filled it out, which is awesome. You can fill that out if you're listening at home. If you just go to pacificmissouri.com, there will be a link where you can go to our website. It's like a specific section of our website where that survey is. So go to pacificmissouri.com, follow that link. I also have a QR code here. So for those that are here, I'll get your input, one-on-one, but also make sure you follow that and enter in if you haven't already done that survey. So that's kind of a scientific approach. We have 4 different designs up there. You can kind of choose what's your favorite kind of style, and then it asks specific questions. What type of skater are you? What are your favorite obstacles? And it's kind of a rating thing. So it really helps us when we get back in the office, kind of a scientific approach, if you will, and really helps us dial in the skate park, for you guys. But scientific isn't very exciting. I want to hear your passion and get your ideas, one-on-one. So what we did is we just kind of printed off 4 different skate parks that we've built that are, probably around the same size as this could be, and they're all a little bit different styles. So this is a park that we built in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, so just a couple hours south of here. If you notice, it has, left side is very like street oriented, stair sets and rails and ledges. And then on the right side, there's a lot of transition, and the middle kind of blends the two. So, some transitional type skating, some street skating. This one, and on the website, and here as well, like that's design B, design C, design D. So when you're going on there, you can kind of pick your favorite park. If you were to pick one, not that it's not going to look anything like these. I just want to see, what the overall style preference that you like. So that's a good exercise. So Design B on the website and up here, that's a park that we did in Belton, Missouri. And so you can see it has kind of like a street feel, some stair sets and ledges and rails. What's kind of cut off on the right is a quarter pipe to kind of catch your speed. And then kind of a beginner area of, some rails and ledges and gaps on that one. And then Skate Park C, this one we did in Gulfport, Florida. Is that right, Gulfport? Yeah. Holmes Beach. Okay, thanks. Holmes Beach. And so that one is really street oriented. There's, the only kind of transition type skating. What you don't see is kind of one like which that skateboarder is kind of coming up on this side, and then kind of a mellow transition on the other side. But everything else is very street oriented, very, very mellow. But as you know, if you're a skateboarder, that stuff is super fun to skate on. So that's Skate Park C. In Hickman, Nebraska, which we're actually on site now building a phase 2 to this park. But it's probably has more transition in this one than any of the others. So, they really liked a lot of kind of like bold and transitional type skating. There is some banks and stuff like there and a street element as well. So anyway, well, what I want to do is I'm going to give everybody one green sticker here, and then with that they're going to say, okay, if I had to choose one of these, which would it be? And then I'm going to also hand out. So everyone gets one green sticker and 5 yellow, 5 pink. So the yellow ones will be, hey, these are out of any of these, my 5 top favorite obstacles, and then pinks would be your second, so top 10. So that's just a real good visual, representation of that, so you can see it. We'll combine that with what we see, on the website survey, and that'll give us a really good idea on what you're wanting to see in the park. So yeah, so what I'll do, Evan, if you want to pass these out. So yeah, just give everybody one green, right. and then just actually just take off the 4, I guess here, the greens on that one. That way, you can do it that way. So yeah, while he's handing those out, is there anyone else that wanted to just kind of speak like specifically on what what you're wanting to see, what the public want to see? Other than that, I'm just going to. I have my old school paper and pen, and just going, make sure everyone has a chance to talk to me about, what they want to see in their park, and I'm going to be writing that stuff down. So, is there anyone who wants to give a few words? All right, awesome.
So yeah, I just wanted to mention that I'm looking at shade mostly. I'm just trying to use nature in the best way possible. So it's used the most. So that's kind of what has to do with my decision as far as location and based on the traffic that goes there. Yeah, I feel like it was a bad example to see nobody at the soccer fields at Liberty today, but then see a bunch of people at Community Park. But just so I at least say that part. So.
Yeah, that's one thing to mention too. Yeah, we had gone to 3 different locations today, and just kind of showing those to us and giving our input. So yeah, I appreciate you coming along as well and looking at those. Yeah.
I'm not a skater. Obviously. Just something to think about. I'm sure you know about Kinetic Park in Dardine Prairie. It's home to the largest pump track in the nation. I have been involved with Steve Myers for the past 7 years for the Pacific Riverwalk Trail. It's going to be a multi-use bike trail, walking trail, and every time we went to go have presentations on the Riverwalk Trail, everyone would say, why don't you put in a pump track? Why don't you put in a pump track? So what I'm concerned about is that we are just limiting this just to the bike, or just to the skate park, and perhaps expanding it for additional use. So, okay, thanks.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, skate parks pump tracks are super popular. We're building a bunch of those, all over. So yeah, something to consider down the road. Definitely, I think just with the budget we have, trying to incorporate a pump track with that would kind of take away from what we could do with the skate park. But pump tracks I would love to include one of those as a future phase or whatever. But yeah, duly noted. So. Okay, if everybody's got, then go ahead and put the stickers up and make sure everyone has oh, yeah, okay, so the green, put that on like the top right corner, of one park. Okay, this is if you're gonna choose one of these, it's gonna be this one, and so put that. So the other ones, put the let's see, the yellow ones on your top 5. It could be on any of these, so like you really like this rail, put the yellow one on that rail, so those 5 on your top, and then the red or pink ones, whatever, on your next 5 favorites. Oh, okay. So yeah, sorry.
It will?
The only issue with this one is the stairs are huge.
Some faces.
Oh, they're big fives there.
Oh, no.
I'd like to see if I can get like a sticker.
I like this one.
Want this one.
The second one doesn't work, so you close it.
That one is.
Yeah, that's the one that's broken.
Yeah, I just read the note.
Yeah, I did too, because 3 is what worked those.
Second one.
Let me guess, you're going.
I know nothing about skateboarding.
I don't either, I don't either, but I like that one, it looks like it's got the popular movies.
Well, and it looks like it's got a bit of everything. Yeah. And that's kind of why we're gonna do this. And we just-
One is.
I'll be curious to see what stuff come back with. So, oh, you're going to go see.
It's bad because I know nothing about it.
It's cool though. I would say the first one's so close. Like the flow of it, a lot That's where I'm at. I like this over here. That's pretty cool, man. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I like this too. I think that's really yeah, I was a fan. I like the idea. I'll get this. Small rail. Oh, that's wild. That's cool. I don't think it's the way with this. I think it's just this is the better one looking for. I never dislike more. It's kind of weird. This is kind of weird. You get a big size to that. It's like a figure eight essentially at that point.
It's always round. So like a half pipe like this, you can have
I like this one because it has like a bank.
coping doesn't
Inside.
Yeah, everybody.
Right here, you can run up here, you can bring it down. I like
Yeah, it's.
But there's some really good features on the
Well, if they're gonna do it, if we're gonna do a skate park, you might as well make it the best one possible.
stairs that you like jumping down here if you want.
I mean, I don't know what the front looks like. I don't know if he's
Small bank. Up here, you
Sorry, John couldn't make it tonight.
like an
He messaged me earlier, and it's like, well, that's all right.
So this is, I like this one a lot. This guy's, I consider it too. But this is still, this is awesome.
Okay.
His big thing is pump track. So being able to cruise when you get older, and especially being an old school skater like he is, just being able to carve.
Not crazy good.
If you manage the bottom limb,
It kind of goes out and away from like the plaza style. It would like, for example, on this one, it would connect from one side to the other, maybe. And it's really about flow and being able to come in and out of it.
Something small that could just like.
Kind of a larger area.
Washington, though, is super tiny. And
Being able to start up and go down. For sure. I know he's a big skateboarder. Style ride. I like this line where your favorite.
well, yeah, so far that was my favorite, but there's incorporation of that one. Small incorporation on the staircase right there, and the bank and the staircase on that one. For my second favorite.
Seems to have the most variety too.
Yeah, pump track center.
I don't know enough about it to finish them on, and then a lot of transition after that start.
Really is pretty, yeah. I love the way that the landscapers are incorporating it as well. Right.
Sit here, but you can also skate that.
Also green space, which I know obviously depends on the areas, and especially for parents to be able to small children, you know, if they can't just go, sit back and read a book, they're seeing all those people for like the mornings. It's really nice
We had a discussion about that.
Nada spins. We need some for nada spins. Yeah, we definitely need some for nada spins. Then wider rails, more kind of flat. We've got some over in Washington. Yeah, you know those down flats. I've been working on dark slides. I found out so many variations for it on those, but they're too wide. I can't get my wheels on the other side, so I can't board slide it. You gotta put the board upside down. So that would be neat to incorporate. It's a little bit wider, but not too wide to where the wheels won't go over it. Yet wide enough to where you can get a good balance instead of teetering on the board slide. I've had my worst sessions on a kickboard. No, my foot jammed in the 90-degree angle, broke right there. Foot jammed in the damn gap. Definitely jam my foot.
We talked about using that.
What part of the Liberty Fields Park is this going in? Oh well. I'm just curious because I live right off of Highway O, like right off of it. So yeah, no, the people, yeah, people. During the summer, we all like to skate at night because it's hot as hell out during the day, and you want to cool off, but you want to have fun. Lighting, definitely. If you don't put lights on, people bring their own.
I would say you might have street lights. It looks like before that I just happened to grab. But I didn't know it is coming. It is coming.
All right. What about an overhang whenever it rains? Nobody has nowhere to go when it's raining.
Yeah. It all comes down to the cost. Yeah, that's what
We've been playing for about 15 years. It's like, I'm almost done skating. And the concrete's dry.
A giant or a decent sized carport with a tarp over the top, though, that could be beneficial for temporary until we get something better installed. Something, man. There's somewhere to go when it rains.
You know, it's I've done a few parks recently, especially stupid hot. Yeah, they have a but we did like that structure over
Yeah.
like to shape like the entire park. You're talking several $100,000.
No, but if you can get a bowl, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, if you have a bowl or a half pipe, you know, it's a container. That way, flat, super high. If it's raining, that's a big deal.
Another thing to consider, if you're going to put a roof over the bowl sides up high so you can get the weather, so you can get the like weather elements kind of protected. Because at the Washington Skate Park, we always sit on the bowl whenever it's storming. That way we're out of the wind, and the walls of the bowl kind of protected. So if you get a roof over the bowl and walls upside, definitely help protect, keep people out of the rain.
Hey, so I work with the newspaper, and I got a picture of you putting up a sticker. Can I get your name?
Aaron Walden,
How do you spell it?
AARONWALDEN.
Awesome, just like that. Fantastic.
That's it. I like those. I like those. That'd be fun. Especially if he had something like that. Oh yeah, part. I like this one. Just the overall flow of that one. I like that. Yeah, a little bit here. You literally like beak out that way, go whatever, man. Ari all day.
I'm gonna choose super green. Yeah, I just want to make sure I choose the.
Thanks.
Yeah. What are the top things that you want to see?
I want a mini ramp of some sort. And it can be a bowl that changes, like, but it has to be functional as a mini ramp. That's what, like, literally something that functions as a mini. It could be a straight up mini, or it could be a mini plus whatever. You know what I mean? But not just a spine. Like, it's got to be a straight up mini. Then maybe there's a spine too, or like, or this or that, or a hip. Like I liked this one half pipe with a spine, and it had a hip on the side too. Like you could hit the hip and come in. That was tight, one side. But either way, I mean, I just like mini ramps, bowls, but more like just like a mini style, like a half pipe, just straight up half pipe.
My wife, she's still at work.
She skates.
So she wants a spot where it's out of the way for good for a flatland freestyle. A flat rail is lower to the ground, like hippie hops, which would be just basic flat rail. And then, as I suggested, a little hubba or something to do not a spin zone.
I like kickers, just a good kicker, like in the middle of it. So you can just nail a kicker. It doesn't have to have a gap in the middle. Kicker to kickers are cool too. Or a kicker with like some little gap, like I see like rocks or some crap. Or just a straight up kicker, just so fun. But you could put obstacles in front of it or not. Like that's really basic, but that's for me is like if I had like a mini ramp and a kicker, I'm happy.
You're good. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the main
For
stuff.
me, it kind of changes by year. You know, early on, it was all street, stairs, rails, and now it's like my body can't handle it. So, like, yeah, perfect
Too
mini
much-
ramp.
yeah.
That's a good day.
Too much pressure on the
On
body.
board all day, I like mini ramps too.
Doesn't take as much.
Big ones if you're differently.
Like a 4 foot, 16,
Right.
you know.
Yep.
Like it doesn't have to have all kind of fancy extent. I mean, that's as long as you got a nice wide section. That's fine.
It's cool, but just a straight ahead freaking half pipe, man. Like that's for me, you know. The huge ones are hard, but
I like the circle they got there
what's that? I mean, that's
for
cool.
like the middle mini ramps, like bowl feel.
But there's not another side, is there? Is that side a side or no?
It's not like a perfect half pipe. There's something to be said with this symmetrical half pipe.
That's what I'm talking
You know, that you just ride. That,
I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to hurt myself.
I would say that's more of a fun bowl.
I was telling him like the one at O'Fallon, Missouri, you know, it's really cool because it's got like that could function as a mini because it's got like two sides that are like minis, but they're like this. So you could go this way.
yeah.
And then they got the crazy like huge wall in the middle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
But I like that one's cool because you can mess around and then I can use it like a mini. So I'm at least happy like there's like something there that's usable like that.
Yeah.
But I'm still just a fan.
Oh, yeah, no, I like the size of that.
That thing looks crazy.
Yeah, probably.
It's scary. It really is. Like, I did boneless over it because I was too afraid to try to ollie it. I was like, man, if I'm gonna go for this, I'm gonna make sure I get across.
We actually mentioned a couple different kickers, like different size kickers. That's fun. What if there's a kicker right here and there's like another one right next to this bigger? A couple of like 3 levels of kickers like right next to each other or something. Or something, I don't know. Use this one, that one, bigger.
It's pretty narrow. You don't really have much play.
Yeah, I got it from my daughter's biological mother. She's got a 11-year-old and a daughter, and they also live right down the street. And he does some skateboarding, but he does more bicycles.
Yeah, and that's something to consider. Like,
Yeah.
scooters.
Yeah, you're gonna get all.
They're all going to be there.
Whatever. Seems like you have to be more specific. Like, than like rollerblades or other scooters. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, some have like more of their own specific.
Yeah, they want more bigger, more transition. Whatever scooters will go with anything.
See what the hell's going on.
I think as soon as they can start the phase, let's do that and keep the project going.
It's a big problem. So you guys are hard to find right information. You know, you can't really find the right information. That's what I find. That's one of the but it is
Notice Rob's shoes are real, because he has some rubber real tape.
Those are used.
rode me at boards today, and I was like, I'm not hopping on it. I'm thinking. As long as I work, if you don't grip it right the first couple of times, it starts to feel like it's you probably. But it doesn't bother me at all.
Start missing the months on the old the old standby. I don't want to get them all as far around nowadays. Just like oh
That's still a part of so anyway, if you want to get it done sometime in the next few years, protein shakes. I just talked to this guy. One more set as soon as we get it in. What's that?
The guy designed? Yeah, right there.
What? We talking about graphic design around.
No carry any skate shop.
Yeah, I know this dude just made it. I don't know who he is anymore else.
I saw it, I'm like, well, that's pretty cool.
And then he was printing banners, flyers, like big stuff.
Oh, wow.
One that actually does get
He's like, I'm like,
built.
okay, it's like, do it all for free.
Right there.
Alright.
I mean, yeah.
Still a skate shop kind of
I still didn't design it, just this t-shirt of Jeff, it's like, I like this picture of him skating, and I just want to take it, it's like flying through the air, and I'm thinking, this is so good. And then like, smash style. Even if not just tag, like this, right?
I can drive up like that.
That's what I want to do, like, just like that photo. Like, I just- That's not. Oh, yeah. Everybody did it. But
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
I chose that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's a good idea. That's all the ideas.
Well, yeah, they're skateboarding.
Maybe we'll get too many.
Yeah, and I kind of I also feel like the city is so important with the idea of
Baseball just like I
activity. I feel like there would be curfew on.
But I will come back whenever there's like a grand.
Right, yeah, that other thing, ordinance and stuff as well, depending on where it's actually at, like, if it's like here or whatever, yeah, if you got a bicycle.
Let's get like control cities. Projections go and you
Dude, I'm telling you, skateboarding is out there, everything, the main city park.
I actually don't hate the setup here, I've only skated there once now, it was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, I don't remember. That's what I'm saying, when I was guys, you get like a.
It's so long.
There's a gap too. Yeah. I've never, it's way too long.
Are you talking about the one with the rail going over as well, or are you talking about?
No, just, it's like a kicker.
It's so long. It's so.
Yeah.
I've always
It's
skated.
unnecessary. It's like,
Yeah,
I can
necessarily.
Why do I struggle to ollie a kicker again?
Yeah, no, but there they just have like, there's just a line on it and your lights come on.
Right.
I think that,
Yeah.
30 or something, but.
But for example, like, I might disagree with that.
We can both things, in the appropriate areas where it looks nice, we kind of stage it as a perspective.
I think so,
Right.
I mean, I'm on street.
It's almost like they're three
For example,
First off,
really surrounding my
did pool balls and we did a whole wall for the I guess it came out to be pretty nice with these guys. Because we are I scared the crap out of me. I never been with somebody that just pulled up to the side of the wall, jumped out, hit herself with the truck against the wall.
You see it on train tracks.
Right, yeah, that is exactly what I thought of, was the train cars.
Street artists, they're very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are.
Probably in the last 5 years, just handful.
Nathan, you want to say some closing comments, or you got everybody that you need?
I think I talked to, okay, if I miss anybody, come find me. You want to give me some input? Yeah, sorry, absolutely, sorry, I didn't get around to it. Yeah. What are the things that you want this, what you're wanting to see specifically in the park?
So I don't know much about skating. I don't know much about building a skate park. So maybe you could educate me on what makes a good skate park.
Yeah, well, so there's different styles of skating. City Square, yeah, that's the and then there's also, like So you can see on that part, there's kind of like transition and kind of so what makes a good park so this one, kind of has the street style. And over here, I think that's, most boats, the landscaping is really nice. The color, just a beautiful space. Yeah. And so here you kind of have some transition, so it's kind of like a skating bowl type scenario. Yeah, I voted for this one. So, which is just judging on the way it looks, though, I wasn't really getting in depth with, what the specs were or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, this one's a good one to go with. I mean, I really like that. I like the way it looks. I mean, as far as like, are they all? I can't really tell. Are they all like different sizes? They're all approximately the same. Because I just knew kind of the budget I work with, and I wanted them to be kind of all the same exact. They're not exact by any means. It's kind of all over skating area. This one has some unskateable spots kind of built in landscaping. Sure. Okay. And I was just wondering, just curious, what would be a good, like, what's the, do they all have the same budget or the same funding? I mean, just kind of, maybe $300,000-ish. Okay. It's kind of, I mean, obviously, B&H, they're all pretty close. I didn't want one that was like, like a Olympic size park, and then like this baby one, like, which one is like that? Yeah, absolutely.
In the grand scheme of things, maybe give us
that was so weird. On what a pump track would cost to go around or something.
pump track is.
I don't know what that is.
So that's a bicycle course that would have features of its own. Maybe it's hills or moguls or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of turn to, I mean, they kind of start at around 150,000 to get a decent size pump track. Yeah, and then obviously you go over from there. So, we did one in St. Charles. That's the one that they were talking about, which is the largest one. Yeah, we built that one.
St. Charles is the largest.
It's not in St. Charles, it's in Darty. Okay. It's like right next to St. Charles. I didn't know by that name. Maybe St. Charles. Because that's Kinetic. Yep. It used to be called Youth
Well, I'm glad you said that because I'm thinking 150,000. I'm going to go up there and look at it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like Red Bull, hosting events, like, World Series type stuff. Gotcha. It's so cool, it's got like lines on it to say like beginner path, advanced, so you know.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out. This is pump tracks, like, we were building it. So trying to do it, unless you have a budget, because I think if you try to do what's your budget of 300, the skate park would be flat. So it's good the skate park is awesome already. Because it's so when you do it, in asphalt or concrete, it's awesome because traditionally only bikes.
This is why you are.
Right, because the BMX courses, but it's never now that we're doing asphalt concrete, like bike scooters, all types of mountain bikes, rollerblades, roller skates, like one wheel, like they're all proven on it.
Well, why don't we wrap this up? We'll get all your questions answered.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. All good.
So,
I don't know, anything that like maybe be some kind of
Yeah, so I was talking to his dad about some topographical options. So one thing that we make, we've done this another, is actually like a huge concrete skateboard. That's cool. And like we can do, we can do
yeah, it's skatable. You can sit on it. It's a bench. Like the top, we can do like camouflage. On the side, we can laser cut. Jeffrey White in memoriam. Like you can do whatever graphics. Like you can actually put vinyl on the concrete and then do like epoxy coating, so it's going to stay. So anyway, that's what I kind of pitched and that idea. But yeah, something like that. So.
There was like a J was like a blue. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like some W thing. Or anything at all.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, right. Because what if there was like just a railing and then like a J and then like go on a railing?
Yeah, I'll have to play with that.
I don't know, anything.
Yes. We wanted, and then another thing I mentioned is, which he said he had, or someone might have, like, just a profile picture, maybe you're calling a stair set or. So, what we did, we did one in Norman, Oklahoma, we cut out a laser, like a full-size laser cut, and then it's up in the air and it's supported, whatever, but like, it even casts a shadow, of that, we can see that from the beginning, so.
I say if you were to close it out and then introduce Ryan. Ryan is a partner with us. Okay, and go greet everybody, say goodbye.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I will, we'll shut this down. If anyone has anything else, or, if you didn't get a chance to talk with me, I tried to catch everyone, but I think I missed you maybe if you want to give some input. But anyway, appreciate you coming. I think Ryan is gonna shut this down. Appreciate you having us here. It's been a pleasure. Really great feedback. A lot of good information that I've got today. It's gonna be super helpful in designing the park. So appreciate it.
Well, on behalf of the Pacific Park Board, I want to thank the American Wrap Company for bringing your crew for bringing this forward. For the gentlemen that all came before the Park Board and before the Board of Aldermen to bring this project forward and share your vision. It's truly inspiring. I can't wait to see the skate park built in memory of Specialist Jeff White and the legacy that he left, not only in his family but in his friends. Pacific really should be honored to have this built in our community. And I would ask everyone here and everyone watching at home to support this project. Let this be one of the cornerstones to help build Pacific for generations to come. And with that, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Mayor. And appreciate everybody coming out, and have a good evening.